What have your audience found most valuable from the feedback you've gotten from going to your events? What are you sort of most proud of from what they've told you?
I think what I'm proud of the most is they're coming away feeling, inspired.
Yeah. So, tradition to ask my guests to do the 25-second life summary challenge. So, essentially, to discuss your journey from birth to where you are now in 25 seconds.
Okay.
And when you're ready, go.
Okay. Born in Guy's Hospital, went to St. Joseph Primary School, then went to St. Michael's, then went to college. And in college, I studied business and law, then went to uni. That's when I started rapping, and also I met my missus.
Yep.
Then got a job, worked in advertising and sales and marketing and events for a few years. And then currently now I've set up the UK Black Business Show, which is going into its 3rd year, and has over 1,000 attendees.
Awesome. That was definitely within time. What is the UK Black Business Show for those who don't know in a nutshell?
Yeah, so UK Black Business Show is created to inspire and connect Black business owners and professionals in various industries. So we use, deep dive workshops, interactive panels and seminars by industry pioneers. And the whole idea is to, create role models for, the younger generation, but also for those, who are thinking of having their own business. Or who already have their own business, to learn from key industry pioneers. So, in terms of marketing, etc. And we cover every industry. So we cover social media, influencers, marketing, finance, every single industry, as well as space for Black-owned businesses to exhibit. Yeah. A lot of the feedback that I had from a number of the exhibitors is that they don't really have a place to showcase their business, and this is providing a platform. So since launching, we've gone on to be not only one of the biggest in UK, but also in Europe. So we have exhibitors from Germany, Amsterdam, attendees from all across Europe attending. So yeah. Amazing.
And it seems like it's grown, because you just said it's only 3 years, grown massively within such a short space of time. How have you managed to sort of take it from such a embryonic stage to where it is in such a short space of time?
Well, it's actually, we've done 2 shows, so 2 years. We're
2 years
going into
even,
our 3rd year this year. I'm lucky to have been working in an industry where I can basically kind of use the formulas that I've learned in my everyday job and kind of bring it to Black businesses.
Definitely.
So I worked on shows like UK Investor Show, which was a huge investment show, exhibitors from across the world, and a huge amount of attendees, and it was just executed perfectly. So what I wanted to do is create an event for Black business owners to really showcase, but also professional. So I wanted everything to look as good as these investment shows. So I'm sure you said
I was there last year.
They were surprised of how good the quality it was, the AV, the stage, and it wasn't about okay, obviously we sell stands, we make money and profit, but it wasn't about that. It was about making sure that this show is as quality as possible. So there could have been things I could have cut money on. But I didn't, because we wanted it to look.
You didn't want that to compromise the whole
experience.
Exactly.
And I realized when you do things properly, you get the right amount of recognition. And we had ITV News down on the day, BBC Radio as well, London. So that's the whole idea, to create a quality exhibition for Black business owners and professionals.
Definitely.
And also just for anyone to attend. I get a lot of questions, emails. I've got one today as we came here. It's just like, this may be a silly question. I'm white, can I attend? I'm like, of course you can attend. I'm like, yeah, of course you can attend. We want to showcase some of the amazing Black-owned businesses, because a lot of people don't know about it. And it's not, we're not trying to, say you can't come. We actually want to
encourage that.
Encourage it. As Black businesses and professionals feel like they're, underrepresented in business, just like there's events for women. So like women in tech, because, women are underrepresented in tech. And that's pretty much as well a lot for Black people in businesses.
That's right.
As well. I think there's only 3 Black CEOs in the top 500 companies in the world.
I was going to say, because I read a stat, wrote it down here.
Is it 0.3%?
Either way, each number's quite low, I guess. But I read a stat, a study from the Department of Business and Energy said that just 5% of the UK's small and medium businesses are ethnic minority led, and that's ethnic minority, that's not even black as well. So I guess what would you say can be done to try and address that low percentage?
So, and that's small businesses.
And that's small businesses, that's just small businesses, or
Yeah,
small to medium?
I think, a lot of the challenges is that a lot of business are being started, but they don't last long. So a lot of people say there's the 3 year, most companies don't last beyond, the 3 years. So we're excited to go into our third year. Hopefully it goes well. We're sweating, but no, we think it will go well. But it's just getting the right, funding, more information, marketing, where to do this, and that's what we aim to do with the UK Black Business Show, providing kind of the tools for you to start your own business, but not just start it and just leave it and start another one, but just to help it grow, because there's some amazing businesses
out there.
There was one business last year. He had he created his own keyboard, where I don't know if you got to see him. He created his own keyboard where you type in English and it translates it straight into Yoruba, Nigerian, and also into I think Twi, the Ghanaian. So literally, you're typing, so anyone can use it. So let's say
crazy. So you're typing in English, and as you're typing, it's translating into a different language.
Yeah. So you can set it, and it has the actual languages on the keyboard. You can buy the Yoruba keyboard. You can buy the the Ghanaian, Nigerian, and it's incredible.
Awesome.
There was so many different ones, but that's just that's why it's great to have, because no one knows these things exist.
Actually exist,
and I took him to a radio station. When I was getting interviewed by ITV News, I called him down to also get interviewed, and they were amazed by it. And then someone from I think Apple was there as well, and he was like,
and through that.
And it's just, it's like they just need more exposure because the ideas are incredible.
100%.
I don't know if I've gone off.
No, definitely. It covered a lot there. I mean, as far as the show itself is concerned, so I went last year and I was just stood in the middle of one of the rooms going, this is a huge event. Like, where do you start in putting that together? Because you had, I think, 4 or 5 floors. There were about 6 or 7 different stages. There were about 3 different exhibition areas. Where do you start in setting that up? I know it's a big question, but for those who are looking to create something like that.
Honestly, I started the first year. I knew what I needed to do to make it look good and professional. I knew how to sell. I knew how to do marketing. One thing I didn't know was the operational side.
That's right.
So things like stands, AV equipment, all these logistics and words, I had no idea. But luckily, 2 people got in contact with me who were experts in those fields. I met with both of them.
Amazing.
I decided to go with the other one.
Like a logistics company?
No, it's just individuals like, I love what you do, I want to help you. And because I've made it look so professional, people wanted to be involved. And I went with, I went with a lady that I'm working with now, Tanya, and she was amazing. And then the reason I went with her, she was, she was there, she wanted to help the cause. And so it's pretty much,
that's where you started.
Logistics, she knows the stuff. Me, I've also done a marketing diploma when I finished, so I pretty much know how to get people into a room and how to target people.
Having the right team around you, obviously, then will help massively.
So now we've grown with like a team of 5 or 6 people, brand ambassador, etc. I do the marketing and sales and
everything else that surrounds it.
Speakers as well. I also, because I used to do music and comedy shows before. I knew quite a few people already.
That's right.
So I kind of leveraged some of my contacts.
And your relationships.
So we had Kojo, the comedian. He spoke at our first show. He also was on the Dragon's Den panel at the last show.
Well, that was one of the questions. So you've had some amazing guests come along. How do you go about reaching out to them? I guess you've answered it. It's leveraging relationships already. And
I think leveraging relationships, a lot of back and forths.
Trust me, I'm used to that.
I'm sure you know.
I know about that,
So a lot of back and forths, kind of discussing, trying to prove, listen, our worth, what we can do, what we can bring to the table. And that's pretty much it. But I think from next year's is proved to be this year, sorry.
This year,
It is going to be even more amazing. And because what we done last year, it's kind of made it easier to speak to because they've already heard of it.
Yeah.
Or their friends have told them about it. So we don't really need to introduce ourselves too much now.
Too much, yeah, exactly.
The show is quite, respected.
That's right.
So we've got Jamal Edwards actually
Yeah,
speaking this year.
SBTV. So who are some of the guests at this year's event?
Wow. Some of the guests, you probably get an exclusive. Some are actually not on the website yet.
Okay.
But we've
This is
got
an exclusive.
This is exclusive,
yeah.
so we haven't announced it yet. So we've got the ladies from Slay in Your Lane.
Oh, amazing.
Slay in Your Lane book.
I know the book, yeah.
We've got the Louise, the creator of Shubs.com.
Oh, sick, yeah, okay. I know her.
Creator of Shubs.com.
Yeah.
Jamal Edwards.
We all use Shubs.
Listen, that was where I put my first events.
Yeah.
Jamal Edwards, SBT, which we're really excited about.
Yeah.
Doing that. Have Culture again.
Yep.
Jamelia, I know she interviewed with you, Treasure Tress. Slider Cuts, Mark Maciver. There's so many. Kubi Springer.
Yeah.
So she does she's done brand marketing for P. Diddy, Justin Timberlake, Rolls Royce, Mobos.
She'll have some good advice to give.
Her talks are literally packed and full. So this year actually as well, she came to us, she said she's just got a publishing deal with the people who published J.K. Rowling's books and Harry Potter, and she's actually doing an official launch at the UK Black Business Show.
Wow, okay.
So that's the first time you can buy it. Great amount of speakers. I can't even remember them all off the top of my head, but then as well, we're going to have amazing businesses. So we had 57 from across the UK and Europe. This year, I think we're looking at 100. We've already got nearly 57 already. This is looking like
definitely some growth there.
Definitely.
What have your audience found most valuable from the feedback you've gotten from going to your events? What are you sort of most proud of from what they've told you?
I think what I'm proud of the most is they're coming away feeling, inspired.
Yeah.
They're coming away with business and knowledge tips. So one of the things that I do when I speak to the speakers, because I go to a lot of shows as well, I'm just like, listen, it's not a time to come and tell your story. Yeah. I started this, I was born here, and they're not going to learn anything that. You know what I mean?
You want practical.
There we go. You want how, so for example, we had Mar Brown last
films.
year. So he does quite a few viral videos. And his was on how to make a viral video. Mm-hmm. That's what we're looking for, more educational than story. What was the question again? I feel
basically what have they found most valuable?
Knowledge. I think the execution of it, how professional it was as well. I think those are the three most important things
that people have said, from the feedback you've gotten. And as far as the sort of show is concerned for this year, what can people expect that they haven't already seen from the shows previously? What's the level up, would you say, that's going to happen in this year's show from your perspective?
For the level, I mean, you saw it last year.
I saw it last year. It's going to be pretty hard to top.
Because I felt we doubled the level from our first year. I'm not too sure if you came to our first year.
I wasn't at the first year, no. So second year was the first time I came. And it was like it'd been around for about 5 years anyway, to be honest. So
that's what a lot of people have said, that it looks like it's been, and for me that was really humbling for people to say that. However, we've got to make it look even more slicker, even better, run even...
Different venue? Or
same venue.
Same venue.
So we've got a bigger floor this year again. First year we had 1 floor. Second year we had 3 floors.
Yeah.
So we've got the venue. We haven't even spoke about floors. We don't even know what space we're going to need, just because the tickets sold out early bird in 2 weeks.
Of course.
Of launching in January. So we're probably looking at like the 2,000 attendees this year, which is incredible. So just to
amazing.
Expect a slick, professional show with some great businesses.
And what would you say the long-term vision is? If you could sort of look 5, maybe even 10 years down the line, what would you like to look back and say, through this platform I achieved? So
to create, role models for like the younger generation, I would say growing up, a lot of my role models were probably, entertainment and music, which is great because we have those sectors as well covered in our show.
Yeah.
But it's also great to have, you know, business role models that also, you know, it's also good to have role models that look like yourself as well.
100%.
As much as I, you know, read books on like with Alan Sugar and Richard Branson, it would be great to read a book of Jamal Edwards and, you know,
relate even more.
Yeah. So that's what we want to provide, role models for, you know, the younger generation. Help black-owned businesses as well, not just in the UK, but, you know, all across the world.
Yeah.
So yeah, we want it to be a show where, you know, you're coming down and we've got Diddy speaking. And you know, that's the goal.
That was the last question I was going to ask. What sort of the dream guest would you say you'd want to be speaking at the show moving forward? If it is even in the UK or potentially even abroad, what are some of the main sort of guests you've pinpointed?
Yeah, so I mean, we're aiming to get the best in the UK anyway. But so just the best you can think of in the UK, that's who we want.
Yeah.
And abroad, one day we want to have people like, you know, Diddy coming down talking about his business. Jay-Z as well. I don't know how much.
Ticket prices might go up a little bit more then after.
Don't even know if we have to pay for it. So that's the dream, and because, you know, everyone can learn from all of these people across. But we want people from leading entrepreneurs from Amsterdam, from US, from Germany, everywhere. So that's the.
Yeah, no, sounds good. It's a big vision.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
No problem.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.